Caldwell Banker. Let me turn that music down. And how are you guys doing today?
Man, we're doing wonderful. Just rocking out with that intro there.
Rocking out with the intro. Just have to keep it going for another 15 minutes.
Right.
But yeah, it's a beautiful day here at Cedar Creek Lake, like we were just talking about. I was out of town last week, but great to be home here at Cedar Creek Lake. I do love home. I like visiting other places, but this is home. I love the lake. I love the community and everybody around here.
Yeah, and you went out of town. You left the water to go sit by the water.
Right, much bigger water. But I do. I love being around water, no matter where it's at. Just the rivers around here, the lake, the big water out there, east of where we are. That's what I like to do, sit and look at the water.
Yeah, and it's a little different waterfront experience between the lake and the beachfront out there on the ocean.
Right. One good thing about the water here is we don't have quite the storms that they do over there at that waterfront.
Yeah, that water over there, we get some shop and stuff like that here. They get some sure enough waves out there.
And we made it right in between two. Luckily, they were very small hurricanes that came into the Gulf at the beginning and the end of our trip. So really, we experienced rain every day, which I personally like, to sit there and look out the rain, drink my coffee. But nothing major, so that was good for the people that live in that area. But sometimes they do get a little bigger storm that we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, and you had a great time out there, ate some good seafood, dug your toes in the sand, enjoyed the water, and had your fill and came back to the water.
Yeah, craziest thing though was when first person I met, we drove into Mississippi and went down to the beach, to the marina. First person I met was from Hidden Hills Harbor here at the lake. So you can't go anywhere. Where I travel, I always run into people from the lake, and even if they've moved on, they still remember that this is a great place to live.
So the memories last for a lifetime.
Right.
Okay, so today you got some really good properties to talk to us about, right, Brett?
Yeah, today we want to talk about residential properties. And the reason we wanted to go back to residential again this week was we're gearing up. Everybody's about to start the school year here within the next couple of weeks. Some places already, while I was gone, Eastern Louisiana was already going back to school that week.
Right.
But everywhere around here, probably in the next week or two, kids will be going back to school. And so one thing that people move for during the year is to be in that school district. People quite often live in an area specifically because of the school district. And we are lucky here at Cedar Creek Lake to have many great school districts dotting every corner of the lake.
Yeah, just top notch. And this is the time that school year is starting up. And if you get out there shopping, you can probably get into a house pretty close to the beginning or shortly thereafter of the school year and be settled in.
Yeah, so if that's something you're trying to do, you probably want to go out and try to get a contract on that home today so that you can get in and be already geared up, not coming in the middle of the semester.
Yeah, and one of the things we're running into right now with the closing on the transactions is the title companies and the lenders themselves can close relatively quickly. They move pretty fast right now. The bottleneck in it is appraisers and surveyors. They have a certain level of quality that they stick to. Great professionals out there, but there's only so many of them to go around. So it's one thing you gotta, just plan for. It's just part of planning for the transaction that you might have to plan for a few more days to get it closed just while we're waiting on scheduling an appraiser, scheduling that surveyor, and getting them out there and getting them taken care of. It's nothing to worry about or be concerned about. It's just something that you know how the market ebbs and flows, and you plan for that time factor in getting to that property.
Right, like you say, the appraisers have been our biggest holdup because they just have so many properties to do right now.
Yeah.
And so 2 to 3 week wait times are very common. So one good thing to think about when you're getting ready to write that contract or whenever you're putting your house on the market, maybe go ahead and start shopping, have that inspector and surveyor already notified that you are going to be putting your house on the market or you are going to be putting in an offer. That way you can go ahead and get on their docket because it is a little bit of a wait time right now. You don't want to wait till 2-3 weeks into the contract trying to get a hold of one of these guys. Might end up delaying your closing a few days.
Which that's also something you'd mentioned about people getting into school districts. We just had another class just graduate just a couple months ago. And we've got another class going into their senior year this year. And a lot of people may be thinking, I'm not really sure where I'm going to go in the job market. But surveying and appraising is not something that is overly advertised to high school seniors as a job option, as a career option. But we definitely need more surveyors and more appraisers in Texas. We're lacking in numbers. And so that's definitely something that if you're just out of high school, you're going into your senior year, or even you've been out of high school for how many years you've been out now, Brett?
When I graduated, we were still a few years away from
these
graduates being born.
They were putting the final cap on the pyramids, I think, over there back then. So it's been a few years we've been out, but if somebody even our age wanted to think about a career change, lateral move, appraising and surveying is a great industry for you to look into and see what it takes to become an appraiser, become a surveyor, get in there. Definitely need people helping us out because they're backed up right now.
Yeah, I'm just about to have a senior myself, and like most seniors his age, he is not quite sure what it is that he's going to be doing the rest of his life just yet, and that's fine. He's thinking about it, he's working towards it, and we talk about with him quite frequently. But these are some good options for people to go ahead and start gearing up for. I mean, if you're going into college, lots of people go into college not knowing what they want to do. Mm-hmm. But if you already decide that appraising might be something you want to move towards, go ahead and start in your college career getting some of those classes that you need for it taken care of.
And especially if you're looking for some type of career or job to where you're not always behind a desk or sitting in an office 8 to 10 hours a day. You want to be sometimes in the office, but sometimes want to go stretch your legs. Surveying and appraising lets you do that.
Yeah, even in our career, I mean, sometimes I think I have the greatest job in the world. Sometimes I think I don't know why anybody would get into this business. But if there's people that progress a little bit further in it than I have, and if you want to decide that maybe you want to move past being a realtor into a broker position someday, they have added on some requirements the last few years. A degree is going to be required for being a broker. Eventually, I mean, they are requiring a certain amount of college hours, I do believe right now, and a certain amount of hours extra on top of your realtor training to become a broker. So this might be something you look into as well, maybe taking classes that have to do with business management and property, and maybe some of these surveying type classes and things that will help you along the way for that as well.
And surveyors, they make pretty good money, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that right there, that makes me kind of want to go do it.
Yeah, and these different trade licenses are something that are becoming a bigger and bigger deal in the United States as a whole. Everything from, like we're saying, appraising, surveying, real estate agent, broker licenses. We're at a huge need for licensed electricians, any of your manual trades out there. We're I would say at least 20 years behind the power curve on manual tradesmen that are skilled, that care about their craft, that have their tools, that have the knowledge, that have the dedication to do that. That's one of the issues with new home building right now is we have the lenders, we have the contractors, materials there. Who builds it? Mm-hmm. Who puts the shingle on the roof? Who plumbs the plums? Who wires the wires? Who woods the woods?
Right.
Type of thing, and puts the house together. That's not something that you can just outsource to another country.
Yeah, it's very hard for, say, China to come in and do all this new construction we see around the lake from over there.
Yeah.
You actually have to be physically present to put those nails in those boards. And anybody that's been out in the area here knows that there's lots of nails going in boards lately. We just had another new addition get cleared off and scheduled for opening in Maybank this past week.
Yeah.
It's amazing the growth around here. And these trades are something that they're just like everything else. There's ups and downs. We are definitely in one of those big ups right now. Mm-hmm. And like I say, it cannot be outsourced. That is something that is here. You can physically go to. You cannot have it taken away by outsourcing.
Yeah, somebody in East Asia cannot wire your house. They have to be at the site to wire the house. They might be able to manufacture some of the wiring and ship it in, but you have to have somebody there to put it in. And even things like lawn sprinklers now require a license from the state, from TCEQ, to the Texas Committee on Environmental Quality.
Yeah.
I think that's it. To put in a sprinkler system. They want to be sure that when it's attached to the public water supply, that it's somebody that knows what they're doing, that protects that water supply with that. And these licenses are getting more and more valuable to hold. There's getting to be more and more requirements. So for instance, like the broker license in the real estate world, now you have to have the real estate agent license for so many years. You have to go through so many credit hours of training. You have to do so many transactions that you have to credit on your report. You have to have so many years, and you have to have that. And then you have to take a test, which is a higher level test than just the sales agent, and apply and hold that license. And then you have to take additional training courses each renewal for that. If you go back far enough, I know if you go back to the 70s at least and into the early 80s, you didn't have as much of the requirements then. And so if you got that license then, you're grandfathered in, so you don't have as much maintenance requirements to maintain that as long as you got it then and you held the license. Same with other licenses, and you'd have to just check on which license you're getting at, on what it does, how the industry's progressed. But there are stages where things grandfather in, and so eventually, from today, those requirements will change in the future for all these licenses. But if you have it today, you'll already have it versus trying to get it in the future. Different licenses have apprenticeship, journeyman's, master levels, things like that to go through. So trades are really big. We need them as realtors. We need all these pieces coming together as the whole of the American housing market and real estate industry.
Yeah, we are desperate for these trades right now. We cannot get enough houses built quick enough for the amount of buyers that we have in our area right now.
Yeah, so I just want to advertise it out there to any aspiring high school student, recent graduate, or even just good old-fashioned American citizen that you're looking for maybe a little bit of industry change, a little bit of lat move, something different in your life. Look into the trades, into the different trade licenses out there, and you may be pleasantly surprised on what you find and what might fit you.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I taught my senior this year, being in the trades for 20 years myself, showing him this summer that this might not be the thing you necessarily want to do the rest of your life, but it is a good skill to have. Because like right now you can go out and get hired somewhere today to do something in the trade industry, and some days you may just need some money for the weekend or whatever it may be. It's a good way to go get into an industry. If you're waiting in between getting into your next job, or you just want to make a career out of it.
Yeah, and most of the people in like the building and trades that I know, they love it. Contrary to what may be propagandized on the news media and things like that, being out there, moving and shaking in the fresh air, putting things together with your hands, applying that skill, they just love it. You stick them behind you have to put them in a chair in a cubicle, and for some people that is fantastic. That is hog heaven. For some people, you put them in a cubicle and stir craziness hits.
Like office space.
Like office
Right?
space.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of empathy and sympathy for people that work in offices, because if I had to sit in the office all day, every day, I don't know that I would make it.
That's one great luxury we do have. We do have our office there at 600 West Main in Gun Barrel, but thankfully our bosses allow us to be out there selling and listing, and that's where I would rather be. And just like yesterday, we stopped in to meet with a client out on a job of his that's probably going to be coming available very soon, and it was great just to be out there in the fresh, looking at the new work, what's going on in that area.
And he's got a young tradesman that he's training right now.
Yeah, 18-year-old fresh graduate that's learning the skill right now and seems very enthusiastic about it, and that's good to see for the next generation. So when I get a little older than I already am, maybe I'll have somebody that can still come over and fix my stuff for me.
Yeah, that's inspiring there. And speaking of properties, you've got some real quick to run through here.
Yeah, I want to get to a few here. The first one is right here in Malakoff.
Okay.
This is at 705 North Smith Street. Great property, great school district, not too far from the school here. Malakoff, everybody, they have been one of the premier schools around the lake to get into lately. Their academics have been great. Their football team has been astounding. Hopefully they get to do that this fall. We'd like to go watch them. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square foot home on 2 lots with a large shop for only $89,900.
$89,900. That's a good price.
Right, that is a good price no matter what. And if Malakoff is a school district you're looking to get into with the development going on right near the lake, near the good school district, $89,900 is an excellent price no matter where you are around this water.
I'm just kind of blown away because that is like extremely cheap.
Yeah, this is one, like every week we come in here lately and say, this is one you might want to get out and go look at this weekend. Properties are moving quickly, and it may not be here the next time we come.
Yeah, and it's amazing how often we have people that are shopping that just at a certain point pause and say, is there nothing that is move-in ready for under $100,000? And really, a lot of days, no. That's the simple answer on a lot of days. No, not today. You want something move-in ready at less than $100,000? It doesn't exist.
Yeah, in Maybank, I think our latest statistics show average sale price about $165, and I do believe when our new statistic comes out, that's probably going to be closer to $185, and going up. The builders I've been talking to that are building in these new additions in Maybank are talking about price points starting $230, $250, and so to get a home $89,900 today, you might want to jump on this one.
And that it's 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom.
And that it's over 1,700 square foot, and it has that shop.
Right.
Enter at $89,900.
Got enough room in the house for the kids and enough room in the shop for you to get away from for a few minutes if you need to.
Yeah, that's one you go see this weekend. What's the next one?
Next one is on Oahu Loop. This is in Paradise Bay. This is at 412 Oahu Loop. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a little smaller, 1,000 square feet, but it does have a 2-car carport, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, for $162.
$162. That's closer to that average you were talking about of $165.
Right. Still below that average.
Yeah, still below that average. But you're at $162 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,024 square feet, you said?
Yeah.
And it's got a carport on it. 2-car carport. What was the address on that one?
That is at 412 Oahu. We were just by this one yesterday.
Yeah.
Great little loop, good location, easy access to the highway there, back into town for all your shopping and entertainment needs. Wonderful property today.
Yeah, go drive by that one real quick if you're looking for a home, and give us a call up there at Coldwell Banker, 903-887-7055 to schedule a showing on either one of those two. What do you got next?
Next one is over here in Paint Springs at 20157 Leisureland Road. This is only a 1-bedroom, 1-bath currently, little cabin, but it's 1,125 square feet. So if you look at 1,000 square feet for that 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and this is 1,100 square feet, it's got a little room to do a little updating if you want to. The house is updated, good quality update inside already. But maybe it's got that room if you need to add another bedroom in it.
And we were talking about the tradesmen. There are lots of great tradesmen out there that they can take a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It doesn't have to stay that way. They can add walls and bedrooms and baths and things like that within your floor plan. Keep your exterior walls, change your inside.
Yeah, these people that know what they're doing there, they could turn this into a 3-bedroom for you, no problem. And it's sitting on a full acre, with a workshop there, for only $165.
$165, and you get that workshop. So the workshop's already there, so it will just be part of your total financing package. You don't have to look at purchasing your property and then finding financing and then having to have your workshop built. It's already there. Total package will go in together for $165 today.
Right. I can tell you, call somewhere like Red Dot or something like this and find out what the price of a workshop would cost you, and figure that into the cost of purchasing your home these days. Last time I had called, just a basic workshop, good enough size to get a car in, work on it and stuff like that, starting price was around $60,000 to $65,000. So think about that when you think about that purchase dollar, and the fact that it can already be included in your price. You don't have to wait for them to come out and build it. You don't have to get that second loan to get it built. Already have it rolled in, ready to go as soon as you move in.
Okay. Yeah, real good. And real quick, you got this one last one, real quick mention before we
Yeah,
go.
now this one might be for those that maybe they work up in the Metroplex, maybe they need family that's moving in. This one's going to be in Irving. We don't mention many of our properties that we have listed outside the area that much, but we do list all over the state of Texas. And this one's at 4243 Madera Road, and this is going to be in Irving. It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,135 square foot, 2-story condominium. And if anybody knows anything about this area, this one at 168 is an excellent buy today. It is not going to last long in that community.
And one of the great things about that one is the homeowners association dues are only $335 a month. And you may be thinking $335 a month, but what you get with that is you get the general maintenance of the complex. You got 2 swimming pools. You got the clubhouse. You got the common areas. That includes your trash, your cable TV, your water, all the maintenance on the outside of the condo itself. So the roof, something happens to the foundation, they cover that. The lawn mowing, high-speed internet, and there's a lot more things in that. You basically just pay electricity, and your homeowners association picks up everything else.
That's a good thing to think about with these condos and apartments sometimes is the extras that you get and figure out what you're paying for your bills monthly anyway.
Yeah, so that you just pay that fee, and if you just are one of these people that you just want to come home and just live, you don't want to have to maintain a house or property, condos are a great place to go with that, especially like if you have your main house down here, but you're working a few days a week up in Dallas, and so you want to commute up and you want to have a place to crash there and then come back. Great thing to look at. Give us a call, 903-887-7055, or stop into our office. They're at the heart of Gun Barrel City, 600 West Main, right next to the First Baptist Church on the main strip there in Gun Barrel City. Or give Brett a call. What's your phone number, Brett?
Yeah, if you're looking to get your house on the market, call me, 903-340-6301.
And I'm Shy at 903-340-6159.
Okay, you guys, thank y'all so much. Will y'all be back in 2 weeks? Or
Should be back about 2 weeks.
okay, good deal. So we will look forward to hearing from y'all again, but we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more buying, selling, and trading right after this.